In Grand RP, there is a ton of cars. You guys know, I love cars. I've had hundreds of millions of dollars of different vehicles, but a lot of people aren't going to be able to buy super expensive cars, or even win some of the really nice cars. So when you head to the car dealership, there's a pretty decent selection of vehicles you're able to buy with cash. And today we're going to be going over a few cars that you should definitely consider purchasing. So I hope you go on to enjoy the video, and if you haven't already joined the server before and want to, be sure to click the link down below in the description, click on start playing, select which server you want to play on, register an account, and download the launcher, and you should be good to go from there. And if you enjoy playing games on your phone, Grand RP has released their mobile app, available on the App Store and the Google Play Store. Pretty much the same as Grand RP, but it's on your phone. And if you use code Frolickz when you sign up, you'll get a rare free accessory. But anyways, I hope you enjoy the video, and with that said, let's jump into it. To kick things off, we're starting off with two bikes. The first one, the Hakucho Drag. It only costs $320,000. I maxed it out at chip tuning because it is not expensive at all. The first upgrade is $32,000. The second upgrade is $64,000. The third upgrade is $96,000, and the fourth one to get a maxed out engine is only $128 grand. The other upgrades at chip tuning are really cheap, so that doesn't really matter. But the thing that makes it insane is when you put on the newer upgrades, or the other upgrades. Now my bike at the moment only has the chip tuning upgrades, and it is still pretty damn fast. Without premium fuel, I can go almost 300 kilometers per hour. And the acceleration on it is insane because it's obviously a drag bike. There's only one issue with driving motorcycles, and that's going to be the fact that it is very easy to get hit by a car. I guarantee you, if you play Grand RP, every single day, at least one time, if you're out in the city, you'll end up getting into some kind of car accident. And if you're on a bike, well, that's not going to end so well for you. At Beach Market, they always have a Hakucho Drag that you can rent. And I rented it before, and this thing is just insane because it's fully maxed out completely. Look at that acceleration. Like, we just go from 0 to 200 in no time. And don't forget, there is no premium fuel in this vehicle right now. Look how fast we take off. Like, look at this. That takeoff is literally like a Tesla Roadster. And since it's upgraded, we're going over 300 kilometers per hour. We toss some premium fuel in this, we could probably be hitting about 330 kilometers per hour, somewhere around there. The other good thing about bikes, though, is the fact that they're really tiny, so you're able to go into places that you normally wouldn't be able to go into with a car. Before we get into cars themselves, I do want to mention one more bike, and that's going to be the BF400. I absolutely love this motorcycle. It's actually my favorite motorcycle in GTA Online in terms of having fun. Plus, it's also a dirt bike, so you're able to take this thing off-road pretty much whenever you want. The bike itself only costs $99,000. It's dirt cheap. The upgrades at chip tuning are super cheap. The only thing that's going to cost a bit on this bike is if you put on the new upgrades. But some benefits to it, like I said, it's a dirt bike, so you're able to go off-road and you can't get in trouble because that's what this bike is meant for. If it's fully upgraded, it'll be fast as hell. It's also very good at doing wheelies. You can literally do a wheelie at any speed you want, which is one of my favorite things about the bike, and it's honestly not that slow. The acceleration isn't comparable to the Hakucho Drag whatsoever, but it's still pretty damn fast. I mean, I ended up buying 4 of them and fully upgrading them at chip tuning so that my friends and I could just go drive around and go do cool tricks on mountains. But now let's talk cars. The BMW M3. This is probably the best car that you could buy as a beginner in the city. It looks nice. You could toss a wide body kit on it, a spoiler, a rear bumper, a front bumper, a custom hood, custom side skirts. Compared to a lot of other cars that come out now, that's a lot of upgrades. It costs $380,000, so it's not super expensive to upgrade at chip tuning either. And I just realized I never put luminous wheels on this car. Let me go grab some. Now, if you guys decide to put premium fuel in this car, you should be able to get it right around 330 or 350 kilometers per hour. Something like that. These wheels are ugly as hell. Oh my goodness. This is not what I thought I was putting on. But the car itself is still pretty damn great. And you gotta admit, the front looks so damn nice. And being a cheap car, it's not expensive to toss insurance on it. It's only $38,000 for a month of insurance. So if you crash or something like that, the engine won't get damaged. And then of course, it can't be stolen either. And like I said, it's not a slow car at all. It's maxed out at chip tuning, and we're going pretty damn fast right now. Now, if you were to fully max this thing out completely, you would be going extremely fast. I'm thinking probably about 400, to be honest. Because if you're able to hit over 330 or 350 with this car when you pop some premium fuel into it, I'd imagine you can go much, much faster if the car has double the amount of engine upgrades. And when it comes to handling, it's not bad at all either. Like I said, it's a perfect beginner car. I honestly can't get over how nice this thing looks. I don't really like the wheels all that much, but the paint with the wide body kit on it and the headlights, I just really like it. And it's so weird, they removed a lot of the fences in the city. I'm not sure what happened there. All right, let's take a look at the next vehicle. Now, if you're like me and you like GTRs, I personally love the R34. This is the one I purchased when I first joined the city for $2.5 million. There's apparently a new version, but it's not available to purchase. No idea where you get it, but hopefully we'll see that soon. But this car costs $2.5 million. You could also purchase the LG Retro Custom, which isn't an R34 in real life. I believe it's based off of the R33 or R32, or actually a combo of those. I'm not too sure, but it's only $1 million. The best thing about this car is the fact that it has a bunch of upgrades. Since it is, once again, a GTA vehicle, when Rockstar added it to GTA, they put it into Benny's, which is a place where you can highly customize your cars, as many of you know. The thing I love most, though, is the fact that when Grand RP decided to add the R34, they literally took the LG Retro Custom engine and tossed it into the R34. So it sounds the exact same. It looks fairly similar and has tons of upgrades. You save about 1.5 mil, you get more upgrades, insurance will cost less, it'll cost less to upgrade the vehicle altogether. I wish I could test drive it and upgrade it a little bit right now, but for some reason it's disabled and has been since the new Battle Pass came out. But it is a pretty nice looking car. The next vehicle is the Jugular. It's $2 million. This is a great family vehicle. Its handling is impeccable, and it also doesn't take that much gas. 1 liter per 100 kilometers, which obviously isn't completely true because there's no way you can go 100 kilometers in this thing on 1 liter of gas. But compared to the LG Retro Custom and the R34, it takes a lot less time to burn through fuel. This thing fully upgraded is an absolute monster. People who have been in LSPD probably already know that driving this car was insane. It was fast as hell. It handled like shit, but that's because it was boosted, not fully upgraded. Fully upgraded is a completely different story. But that's not the only vehicle. You also have the Sultan Classic. Now looking at it right here, it probably doesn't look all that nice to most people, but trust me, you can put some pretty insane upgrades on this car, and it's only $758K. You want to take it to the next level and get the faster version of this car, you get the RS Classic. The only downside is it's a 2-door opposed to a 4-door. This car, once again, is a great vehicle to have in a family. When I started my very first family, or maybe it was my second family, half of the garage was filled with family vehicles that we would take to pretty much any event we went to. And one of the main cars everybody used was the Sultan Classic, because I took it straight to chip tuning with some of my boys, we upgraded it, then we took it to custom shops and put the exact same upgrades on all of them. I gave them the money back for it, and then boom. When I say it has a lot of upgrades, I mean it has a lot of upgrades, which is one of my favorite things about GTA vehicles. Even though I'd much rather drive the real versions of the cars, half of the real cars, or actually more than half of the real cars in the city, don't have any upgrades. All of the older ones do, that came out when the city was first released, but sadly a lot of vehicles now you just can't upgrade. Like, I'd be kind of shocked to see a car come out where we can go to a custom shop, toss a wide body kit on it, a spoiler, a bumper, rear bumper, all that kind of crap. Most of the time what happens now is they just add the car to the crate or to a battle pass with the wide body kit already put on it, which is alright, I guess, but I mean, I'd rather go to the custom shop and do it myself, you know? Either way, if you're looking for a family vehicle or even just a really fast car that handles well and you want to spend a little bit more money, Sultan Classic and the Jugular are the two vehicles you definitely want to take a look at. Now, these cars obviously aren't the best vehicles in the entire game, but if you're just starting out, you want to buy a vehicle, and you don't have all that much money, honestly, it might not be the worst decision to buy some of these cars. If you're starting a family, I definitely recommend the Jugular and the Sultan Classic. Unless you're extremely rich, then in that sense, you could just buy like a bunch of Bugatti Chirons and have an absolute blast. Or maybe you're just looking to have some fun. The BF400 is truly a very, very fun vehicle. The amount of times I will get bored before I started playing Grand RP, I would be in GTA Online with my BF400 just doing sick-ass tricks off of mountains and hills on my dirt bike. It was awesome. And if you've never done that before, you're missing out. But anyways, I guess that's going to wrap things up. Just a few vehicles I would recommend purchasing if you're looking to buy one and you don't have all that much money. Now, if you do have some money, I honestly wouldn't recommend buying a vehicle from the dealership. If you got over $4 million, $5 million, don't buy a vehicle from the dealership, because you could probably take that money, invest it a tiny bit into certain things, and make a whole lot more cash in this city. But we'll get into that in another video. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and with that said, I will catch you guys in the next one.